The head of the Thai junta urged his countrymen on Friday to have patience while investigators determine who was behind a wave of deadly bombings in Thailand this week. General Prayuth Chan-ocha, the junta chief and prime minister, hinted that the perpetrators were bad people opposed to a new constitution that was approved by voters on Sunday in a nationwide referendum. There are still bad people, and they have been acting since before the referendum, he said in an address to the nation. The bombings in 5 provinces on Thursday and Friday, including in Phuket and Hua Hin, areas popular with tourists, killed 4 people and injured dozens. The authorities said arson attacks elsewhere in the country appeared to be related. Analysts said the bombings did not appear to be aimed at killing many people, but rather at damaging the tourism industry, one of the few bright spots in Thailand's economy. At least 9 foreign visitors were injured in Hua Hin. Whatever the motives are, the explosions and arson attacks undermine the junta's claim that the post-referendum situation would be stable, said Sunai Phasuk, a senior researcher at Human Rights Watch. These attacks create effects that discredit the authorities, terrorize the public and harm the tourism-based economy. The police said they did not believe that the bombings were tied to international terrorism or to a long-running Islamic insurgency in southern Thailand. They have portrayed the attacks as local sabotage, not terrorism. The timing and location of the attacks carried strong political symbolism. The bombings occurred as people prepared to celebrate the birthday of Queen Sirikit on Friday, which is considered Mother's Day in Thailand. 4 bombs struck the royal residential town of Hua Hin, about 125 miles from Bangkok, where most injuries occurred. The military-draughted constitution will diminish the influence of political parties and give greater power to the military even after it returns the government to civilian control. The junta helped ensure its victory by preventing opponents from campaigning against it. Murray Hebert, an expert on Southeast Asia at the Center for Strategic and International Studies in Washington, noted the military's suspicion that the attacks were carried out by people disgruntled over the vote. The bombings were clearly coordinated but obviously intended to create fear and anxiety rather than massive damage and deaths and injuries, he said. Last year, a bombing at the popular Iran Shrine in Bangkok killed 20 people, most of them tourists from China. Thai officials attributed the bombing to Uyghur militants angry over the return of more than 100 Uyghurs to China. General Prayuth, who has led the junta since a 2014 coup ousted a civilian government, said this week's bombings hurt the hearts of Thai people.